Hey there, I'm Courtney. If you're imperfect like me, you just might be in the right place. These pod bits, well, they're just me working through the ups and downs of life. Along the way, I'll remind myself and you that no one has it all figured out and that together we can do this thing called life, one chat at a time. Hey, is this a good time to chat? I want to talk about acceptance. Specifically, how the common perception of acceptance is likened to a failure, but how really it's a powerful skill that can lead to peace, resilience, and productive growth. Have I ever told you about the time I mistakenly added salt to my cookie recipe? I carefully measured out the white granules, and when the cookies were piping hot, I excitedly bit into, disgusting. Now, I could have cursed the salt for not being different, but what good would that have done? My cookies were already ruined, and the salt, well, it was never going to be sugar, no matter how hard it tried. We live in a world where we're frequently encouraged to reach higher and strive for more. And when I say frequently encouraged, I mean that the world demands it of us. In order to be perceived as successful, I'm expected to always be hungry, always want what I don't have, always focus on what's missing. The idea of simply accepting what is can be viewed as counterproductive as best, and at worst, downright offensive. But what if acceptance doesn't equal a lack of ambition? What if acceptance is really the key to creating a healthy, grounded perspective that actually frees me and reduces the stress I constantly feel around trying to control or change things beyond my reach? Now, we've chatted before about managing expectations, remember? And if you missed that chat, I encourage you to check it out. Because the weight of unrealistic or unrealized expectations can be heavy, like really heavy. And those expectations can leave us with little energy to put toward the productive and rewarding stuff that truly benefits us. This constant mismatch between expectations and reality can make life feel like a race that I'm always losing. And that's just the battle between me and me. What about the expectations I have of others? I invite others into my life, and over time, many earn the right to hang around. I learn I can trust them, I respect them, and I believe in them. And because they're also humans and prone to their own brand of imperfection, they inevitably let me down. They make decisions I don't understand, and I struggle to see value in the choices they make, the words they say, and the actions they take. And I find myself constantly hoping and wishing they would be different, or even could be different, or even want to be different. And I place my focus and all of my energy toward the gap between what it is I want or need and what I continue to experience. And my energy depletes, and my feelings of fear, anger, and sadness come more often, and they stay for longer periods of time. Instead of building something, I throw energy into the gap. Instead of growing something, the gap sucks me in. Every time I make a deposit of energy, emotion, or effort into the gap, there's less in my tank for other things. So what can I do? Accept. Acceptance is the key that opens the gate to the path toward freedom. Accepting reality doesn't mean giving up on growth or aspirations, but it does mean recognizing what's within my control and what is not. And that allows me to channel my energy more effectively. By accepting situations as they are, I can release the exhausting need to fix everything, which can feel like a huge weight lifting off my shoulders. Sounds simple enough, right? Yeah, I wish. Acceptance isn't easy. Sometimes it requires confronting difficult emotions, acknowledging vulnerabilities, or even letting go of deeply held dreams. But when I'm able to push through all of that, I find the opportunity for clarity and resilience. When I accept my own limitations and those of others, I can focus on our strengths. So, what do I consider a limitation? Well, if someone is capable but not willing, that's a real roadblock. I can spend hours, days, and even years pretending I'm willing, but my actions will tell you I'm not. So I need to get honest. If someone is willing but not capable, same. I can continue to try and try and try with no progress, but be rich in frustration, discouragement, and suffering esteem. Just as I can accept salt can't be sugar, I can begin to accept what people are and what they're not. What's not a limitation and what I won't give up on is when someone is willing and capable. Those are the seeds of growth and progress. When I can accept the reality of a challenging situation, I may find creative solutions or new perspectives. And when I can accept myself and others, flaws and all, I open up the space for compassion and genuine growth. Ultimately, acceptance can shift my focus from what should be to what is. This perspective change is powerful, and it helps me be present, resilient, and calm amid life's inevitable ups and downs. Instead of being weighed down by unrealistic expectations, I become free to embrace my life as it is. And that freedom often leads to a more authentic and fulfilling journey. Now, if you're thinking, what happens if I can accept others' lack of willingness or abilities, but I also need some space? Sounds like you might want to revisit our chat on boundaries. Thanks for talking this through with me. I'm tired of living in a space of forever wanting salt to be sugar. Salt and sugar are great where they belong. And when they end up where they don't, I have only myself to blame.